Welcome back to another amazing episode of Rounds of the Knight's Table. I'm Jim.
I'm Eric.
And today we're going to talk about it. Season 8. Finale. Game of Thrones.
Episode 8.
Oh, you were throwing up Westeros. This episode picks up where the last one left off.
Destruction in King's Landing.
Arya's still on her white horse. Oh, no, that didn't happen. Tyrion goes through town to find his brother and sister in the rubble where they were buried. And he finds Jaime's hand. Soldier!
I was just thinking it's going to be detached. It's going to be just the hand.
They're dead. Confirmed. So she walks out with the dragon wings behind her.
Wonderful shot.
Good shot. CGI shot, but good shot.
No CGI. John saw Grey Worm about to slit the throats of some Lannister soldiers in the streets.
Dany gives her speech. You know, every great leader has to have that speech.
That post-battle speech.
Or pre-battle. Let's not underestimate President Whitmore in Independence Day.
Right.
Tyrion comes out, takes his hand of the queen, little pin off, and throws it down.
You committed treason.
Carted off in chains, because he let Jaime go.
I freed my brother.
John.
Quick. He just kind of watched Tyrion walk off, be
They
escorted out.
And then him and Dany don't have any words.
No, there's just kind of a look between them, and then she walks off with her guard.
John goes to talk to Tyrion.
In his makeshift jail cell. I don't regret anything I did. I would do it again. I believed in her for so long. Varys' ashes are gonna tell my ashes. Told you so.
Trying to tell John that, you know, you would have been a great leader. You should have been the leader. It should have been.
Still could be.
Still could be. Daenerys is walking into where the throne is. From the prophecy that she saw.
Back in like season 2?
Except you thought it was snow because winter was coming.
Right.
And it already came. She touches the chair. But in the dream, a dragon is what calls her back, or it's what distracts her. And ironically, it was not a dragon, but a Targaryen that called her back. John is telling her how much he loves her. He said, "You're my queen. You'll always be my queen." And then stabs her.
Right in the heart.
Dead. So then Drogon's like, "Brr?"
He could like feel it happening through the force.
Yeah. So I'm like, why doesn't Jon Snow just take his little braid, plug it into Drogon like an avatar? But Drogon like loses his shit, and I'm like, here it comes. He's gonna burn Jon.
And finally, he's gonna be the unburnt.
No, he kind of just sprays his fire all over the place.
While Jon just like
burns the throne,
melts it down.
Scoops Dany up in his little claw, flies away.
Okay, but like the saddest moment almost of the entire season was when he's sitting there nudging her body.
Yeah.
Like, Mama, wake up.
I did the same thing to my mom. She hit me in the face with a newspaper. There's a little bit of blood, and I'm like, well, John could just cover that with his foot and be like, hey, man. She kind of just went crazy talking all this madness. She's like, I don't even want it anymore. But my name's Aegon Targaryen, by the way. They heard about me.
Don't worry, Sansa told everyone.
They know about me. But that's not what happens. He's taken prisoner for a few weeks.
But you don't even see him get taken prisoner.
Nah.
It just kind of cuts to black after Drogon flies off. It's apparently a few weeks later.
And Tyrion's getting brought out in front of a council in the Dragon Pit. And it's Sansa, Bran, Arya, Brienne, one of their uncles, House Aaron, San Mortale.
Gendry.
Grey Worm. He wants justice. He wants justice because Jon Snow killed their queen. But no. Tyrion, being the prisoner that he is, concocts a scheme. Why don't we have a system where we vote?
It kind of got brought about because Grey Worm didn't bring Jon, and Sansa's like, where's Jon? He's supposed to be here too. There you start arguing about like a king or queen must rule for him or something, like give him his punishment. And they're all like, well, how do we pick one? Because, she's gone, so what do we do with that? And then...
Jon's the heir.
Well, Grey Worm ain't having that.
Of course not. So let's have war. No, let's not have war. Let's have peace. Let's have happiness. Let's have an electoral college. I can't wait until Wolf Blitzer is on CNN and is like, and that's going to be the 6 electoral colleges from Winterfell. The Iron Island's still too close to call. That's a big swing state. Fuck you. Tyrion is, of course, he's running the show. Is like Bran, who can't have titles.
Everyone loves a good story.
Yeah,
It's a better story than Bran the Broken.
I do love a good story. Not this one. So Bran is the king.
Why else would I come all this way?
Sansa, who was on board to be ruled by Jon, who isn't even her brother, cousin, not brother, isn't on board to be ruled by her own brother. And then Yara, Daenerys bailed us out, blah, 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 and is okay with Sansa being like, well, the North's just kind of going to be our own independent, sovereign state.
She was probably like, wait, we could do that? Oh, it's too late now.
Samwell was like, well, we could have everybody just pick. And they're like, no. The punishment for Jon is to send him back north.
To the Night's Watch. To watch
Sansa to go back home and be the queen in the north. And then Arya, of course, going on her fucking Lewis and Clark expedition. Let's talk about the good. The shot with the dragon wings behind.
Yeah.
Daenerys, great shot, awesome moment. The speech, how it got all riled up, it reminds me of either, a powerful villain or a very good leader.
Everyone's a villain in someone's story.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself not be important to the show. Jon Snow killing Daenerys, I thought was great. I thought it was a good moment.
You could see the raw emotion happening there. Kind of feel the build up to it. I was sitting there like, oh my god, he's about to do it. He's about to stab her. And then you hear the, oh, he did it.
And then Drogon, great moment with the nudge. That was
so
awesome.
Sad.
And then Jon petting Ghost.
Season made.
Jon going north. I had no problem with that. I have no problem with Arya wanting to be free. That's who she is. No problem with Sansa leading.
I am glad Bronn finally got his lordship, his castle, his riches. Bronn of the Blackwater, Lord of Highgarden,
Master of coin.
Master of coin, and Davos, Master of ships and grammar.
Samwell, Grand Maester.
Brienne, Kingsguard.
Brienne, Master of Editor of Wikipedia.
Are we talking about the bad yet?
I'm ready. People hated the last episode. It was as shocking and surprising as the Red Wedding. They were very upset. And they're like, well, Jaime didn't get to complete his character arc and stuff. What about Robb Stark? He didn't get to complete his.
Jaime's character
They
arc
fucking
is
killed
a
it.
circle.
Oh, man. The Brienne taking 10 minutes to write goddamn Jaime's. He was a piece of shit. He was a piece of shit. And that's it. He was a piece of shit.
Protecting his queen.
I don't care that she loved him. He was a piece of shit. He pushed a little boy out the window.
For Cersei.
For Cersei. He has gone back to Cersei. He left your ass for Cersei. Baby, you ain't special.
Multiple times, actually.
This episode was so disappointing. It was so anticlimactic. They killed Daenerys, and there was still 40 minutes left in the show.
Felt a little early that she died. I think it should have been about 20 minutes left.
It's like winning the main event at WrestleMania first. People are like, well, you just didn't get it. No, I got it. It wasn't enjoyable. I don't care if it's not pleasing and it didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. I didn't want Jon to sit on the throne. I wanted Sansa to sit on the throne. I would have been perfectly fine with that. But Bran is the fucking three-eye raven, and he can't hold fucking titles. He can't hold titles. And now all of a sudden, he's got the grandest title of them all? Blow me, because you're full of shit. You need to take an X-Lax because you're full of shit. This season, the bad outweighed the good. Pick it up outside my house Thursday morning with the rest of the garbage. But I'm not one to say, hey, we should petition and not let's do something different. It happened. The biggest threats in this season, the Night King, done. Quick. Cersei, done. 2 episodes later. Daenerys, done. 15 minutes later. What the fuck? Why? Bran Stark. Jon's story didn't matter. Daenerys' story didn't matter. The only thing that mattered was Bran fucking Stark. I'm going to throw a French word out there for you. Maybe it's English. Lame? Because that's what this shit was. Electoral colleges. Yay.
I'm actually a little more on the other side of the fence.
I know you are.
I actually kind of like the episode.
Because that's what I want, is a meeting and seeing Tyrion fucking fixing chairs. Fuck Tyrion, he's a snitch. Peter Dinklage became Norman Reedus of this show. Unkillable. She should have burned his ass. And since we're on the topic of bad, and we're going to talk about the series as a whole, you can't ignore the fact about the dragon that the Night King killed, that they can't go in the water, but happen to have these chains. Because, you know, they knew they were going to kill a dragon that day. He was like, in the morning meeting, guys, we're getting one today.
Grab the chains.
Bring the chains. Into the water. Who knows how to swim? Get Bob a life vest. Oh, they can't go in the water. Does it ruin the show? No, it doesn't ruin the show for me. Like a water bottle by Sam's feet doesn't ruin the show for me. Seasons 1 through 5, really good. 6, 7 was pretty good. This one, the pacing was just, I just felt like it was a miss. But overall, because of how this show ends up, it lessens it for me. It takes a strong hit from this. For me, again, everyone else feels differently. I'm not telling anyone else how to feel. This is just my personal opinion. I'm being straight up. It wasn't enjoyable. I was like, oh, something else has to happen. I kept telling Lauren, there's something else. There's got to be something else. Nothing. Nice calligraphy. You smudged some letters.
Yeah, because she closed the book before it was dry.
What else you got?
Speaking of the bad.
Yeah.
That speech. How did the Dothraki hear her?
Well,
Over one, all their hooping and hollering. For one, how did all those people hear her? Did she, use the old Dumbledore spell with the wand to the neck? Speaking of the Dothraki, did they multiply? Because in episode 3, a lot of Dothraki died. A lot of Unsullied died.
And they're not reproducing at great speeds, these Unsullied.
Or at any speed.
How'd you feel about the series overall?
Entertaining series. I would definitely rewatch the whole thing in a night. Put it on 4 TVs, watch all at once. And for the season overall, I was okay with it. It's not the ending I expected. It's not the ending anyone expected. Except for those people who read the leaks.
Well, even me and you joked around. We were like, they're going to burn the Iron Throne. Yeah. It's going to be a democracy and Bran's going to be king. We didn't actually say that all at once. But in discussions, we're like that, just joking around.
It definitely surprised me. So I was actually kind of glad for the surprise.
I appreciate everybody's work on this show.
Oh my God.
Phenomenal series. I was entertained for a long time. I've watched it almost since the beginning. I watched it since season 2 it was on. And I will follow the actors' careers from here on out. Speaking of bad, I'm sorry, I forgot about this. The fucking wildlings. Why are they at the wall? They were going north. John was at Winterfell. Tormund was like, all right, we're going north. So they should be going the other way. John gets down there. She goes on her burn fest. He kills her. Gets taken prisoner for a few weeks. Comes all the way back to Castle Black. And the wildlings are still there. Waiting for Jon Snow. The fuck did you know he was going to be there? Like, if they met him on the outside of the wall, okay. I didn't mind John going north. I appreciated it.
Emilia Clarke. Very good job on this show.
Yeah. I want to know what you guys thought. Did you like the episode? Did you like the season? Do you still like the series? Did it disappoint you?
Did this episode throw you off the entire series? You're going to throw away your box set, all your collectibles? If you are, hit me up. As always, hit that like. Press that subscribe, and we will check you out next time. Only on Rounds of the Knight's Table. That's a scum.